You guys, come on out. I guess all I did by putting these beds out here was keep some food for them to eat after the freeze. Our chickens are only a year and a half old, and so I'm not really familiar with what molting looks like, but I think this one, that's what that looks like. She looks pretty rough. And this one. See how she has those fluffy gray feathers kind of on her tail? And then on her neck, she's got all of those gray, like, stay still, like new feathers it looks like are coming. Stop it! What do you want? Do you want to be on the camera? Want to be in the video? But now this one isn't molting. She looks normal. And this one also. You were coming for my ring, weren't you? But there's a few of them that are molting. It has been a really gray and overcast fall. I hope everyone out there is doing a little better than me. The gray tends to get me down a little bit. It seems like the older I get, I don't know what it is, but gotta really pump up the vitamin D, I guess. I can tell here's another one that's molting. See all the white spots where the orange feathers used to be? Not you. Will these birds that are molting, will they have all their feathers grown back, you know, by the time it's really cold? We did just put a couple of yards of wood chips down in the bottom with the purpose of putting the chickens in there and on the wood chips. As you can see, they have done a really good job on the garden. They've also done some not so good things in the garden. And they're all gonna come running when I show you this. But they got under this and ate all of the broccoli that was down there. And they just want so badly to get into this compost and dig it up. No, I'm not letting you under there. I want that bed to stay intact. I think they also got under this bed too. Yep. I had some celery left, just a couple of heads, and some beets in here. I guess what I really should do is just take these two off, the frost cover off, and let them have at it. But my goal, I still have hope that I will be able to get a little more compost, because it's going to be a little warmer next week, and actually build a bed up back again. And you know, because they've scratched these all down, you know, they've just spread all of it out. But under these frost covers, I've still got a mounded garden bed, and I really, really, really want to get my garlic planted.
Just
wedged in there.
I had to cut one.
See, look, she's already sitting down.
Good. I just hope they all follow it. I feel like we were gonna have that corner issue again, but I don't know, maybe not.
I mean, we didn't have to teach them to sit on the perches in the mobile coop.
Right.
Today is November 5th, and we are finally gonna get our garlic in the ground. We had a little trouble sourcing our compost, but our beautiful friends, Kristin and Adam, have allowed us to take a little bit of their Thank you very much, Kristin and Adam. Great success with my garlic last year, and I put it down about 5 inches, and then I covered it with as much straw, I'm using hay this year, as I could. So I'm going to do the exact same thing this year. So here's my garlic from last year. It's a music variety, it's a hardneck variety. So last year I made sure to plant the biggest bulbs of garlic and keep as much of the paper on as I could. Whereas one like this, it is, you know, it's still okay size. It's not as big as this, but I accidentally took some of the paper off. So I'm not gonna plant that one. Crumbles. Okay.
What is it getting pointed up?
Yeah, this is the root end, and the point goes up.
Yeah, enough to fill the whole bed?
I don't know. Probably not. Joel and I were just talking about how sometimes gardening isn't fun because it's pretty gray and windy and cold out here. But how once you have this food, you just will go to any length to have it again. Because this garlic was amazing. And I know part of it's because, you know, the work it is to get it planted and to harvest it. You know, part of it's that it just feels like such a success. But it really is. Every time I go out to the greenhouse lately, I see that red Americana up in the south garden bed. So today I am going to set up this trail cam in the greenhouse to see how she's getting up there. Let's see if I can catch her up there before getting the trail cam up. Yep, she's up there. Do you see that? She's sitting right over there. How are you getting up there? She must be jumping. I see you. Get down from there. She must be jumping from the nesting boxes. Get down from there. Get down. You can't be up there. Get down. Get down. Come on. Get down. Get down. Well, we'll find out if she's just jumping from there up. She's the only one doing it. You're a wild one. Oh, gosh, you just missed her. Somebody stop that chicken. You're okay. You're okay. She's like, what's that? So this is the chicken that's been getting up in the south bed. I might need your help.
Okay.
Now, how'd you get up there? Huh? Get down. Apparently we're gonna have to put up the fence. Get down. Now I gotta go get my boots on. So here in Minnesota, we can get down to around 8 hours of daylight in the winter, which means, you know, like 16 hours of darkness for the chickens. So I know it's a little controversial and a lot of people don't like to add supplemental light to give their chickens a break over the winter from laying. And I'm all for the break, but I don't think they're thriving when they have to sit in 16 hours of darkness for days, weeks, months on end. So we do add some light. One of the mistakes we made last year after putting the chickens in the greenhouse was not having the perches in there right away the first night. We got them in there a few nights later, but by then they had already started a bad habit of sleeping huddled in the corner on the floor, and we never really got them out of that habit all winter. So this year we made sure to get the perches put in there right away the first night. But I realized after a few nights that because they were still sleeping in the corner, I realized that I needed to have the supplemental light turned on in the morning, extending the daylight hours rather than at night. Because what was happening is once the lights snapped off, and say they were at the feeder or at the water, they couldn't find their way then onto the perches, so they were still huddling in the corner. But we changed the timer to come on in the morning a few hours before the sun came up, and we did have to spend a couple of nights putting the chickens on the perches to show them this is where we want you to sleep, and now that's where they sleep. You think you're gonna try